Hello, everybody. Chef Marcus Guiliano here. Welcome to In the Weeds, the restaurant business podcast. Join me for stories and business tips that can help your restaurant journey. So let's begin episode number 24. You can find me at, where can you find me at? Well, of course, you can find me in a lot of places. If you just Google me, you will find me, Marcus Guiliano. 50mistakes.com, 50mistakes.com is the best place to find all my stuff about the restaurant industry. I have a lot of videos up there and they all go onto YouTube. And of course, you want more help. There's more help available there. There's a lot of free stuff as well. So check out 50mistakes.com. If you're up in the Catskills, Hudson Valley, then definitely check out my restaurant. Just 90 miles north of New York City in Ellenville. Been here since 2003 and been through a lot. Been through a lot here, which is why I love sharing. I love sharing my stories, my hardships, my successes in the restaurant industry, and I love helping people. But if you're up and you want to eat, I would love to help you eat. AromaTimeBistro.com, time like the herb, THYME Bistro. And I'd love to help people explore wine regions all over the world, especially Italy and New York, and now Mexico, Vita Guadalupe in Mexico. Check out VIP Winery Vacations. And I've got a bunch of stuff on wine travel. I can help you travel to wine country, or you can travel with me, or if you have a group of 10, 12, 8, 6, I can get a limo to pick you up at the airport in Rome. I can get you a villa in Tuscany. I can get you a Ferrari vintage Ferrari tours near Pisa, near Florence. I can get you a vintage Alfa Romeo tours down south in Ostuni. I could get you a lot of things. A ferry ride to an island with one winery on it in Sicily. There's a lot of things we can do, including in California and now in Vita Guadalupe in Mexico and Mexico, Baja California, very predominant wine region down there. It is the wine. It's a it is the Napa Valley of Mexico. The best food, the best resorts, of course, the best wine. There's several wine regions in Mexico people don't know. And just search that. Go to bestmexicanwinetours.com. That's my site. And it's all about Vita Guadalupe on that website. So go check that out. Well, let's jump into the heart of this, and I'm going to keep this short and simple, is Open Table scamming you. Open Table, the very famous restaurant reservation site. Software, Open Table. A lot of people used Open Table at one point because they were the only people in the game. They were the industry leaders. They were the ones that were out there first with this technology. And this has been out there years, 15, 16 years, I remember. In the early mid 2000s, they were out there doing their technology of Open Table, their reservation system. And it is nothing wrong with it. If you use it and you like it, it's great. But if you don't use it anymore, if you've paused your contract with them or paused your service from them, or you've discontinued your service with them, I'm going to tell you something that is going to make a big difference right now. And there's restaurants here in Ellenville that are in this situation. And folks, you've got to stay on top of your stuff. You've got to stay on top of everything you're doing. You've got to Google yourself constantly. You've got to check your listings everywhere, which is my next episode. Number 25 is going to be about a major listing that you need to be listed on that most restaurants are not listed on. I did a quick Google search in my town, and not one single restaurant was listed on this major search business platform. And I'm going to talk about the next episode, so stay tuned for episode number 25. So Open Table, people use it, they love it, not knocking them. But if you're in this situation where you are, where you've used them and you've canceled, discontinued service, or paused your service, there's a key thing in there that they could be doing to hijacking your Google listing for reservations. All right. So one of the ways that they get more people into the platform is they have a great marketing program. They advertise to get people to like their page. They get people in their database, right? So they get the database from everybody who eats out. And now, if they have 100,000 restaurants using Open Table, they have 100,000 restaurants databases of people, and they can send emails out to new openings and things like that. And it can be very powerful for them to have all of this, but they don't get all of their information from that format. They get some of their leads from your Google listing. So when people go online and search you and they find your Google listing and it says make a reservation, you click that, it goes right to Open Table. Open Table has a plugin there where they go into your Google listing and hijack that reservation link. So these are people that normally would be finding you organically and then calling you to make a reservation, or emailing you or messaging for a reservation, or using your other online platform for a reservation, whether it's your website or something. So now OpenTable snags these people, charges you per transaction, right? That's OpenTable typically works. They charge per transaction, per reservation. And these people did not know anything about OpenTable. They weren't using OpenTable, but now OpenTable grabbed them into the pipeline. If you think about it, they're capitalizing on every single Google search for restaurants. They're snagging these people in if you're doing a restaurant that already has OpenTable. So they got this plugin, it goes right to OpenTable, and you get this reservation. And you may be thinking, wow, OpenTable is sending me a lot of people. But in reality, those people were finding you on their own, and OpenTable just snagged them. They hijacked the reservation process. Okay. Now, here's the thing I want to talk to you about. That's the most important thing. If you do not turn that hijack feature off, which you have to call them and tell them specifically, take out the reservation link in my Google listing. You might be able to do it if you have service with them. Take out my reservation link. I don't want my reservation link in there. I don't want to pay for people that are finding me organically. But if you don't tell them this, they're actually going to keep that on there. And what happens if you're not using their service and people go reserve now? A pop-up window is going to come up and say, no reservations are available. Not like they're closed, not like call them. The window pops up and says, no reservations are available, which means to me, if I'm a consumer and I Googled you and that comes up, I'm going to think you're super busy. And I'm not going to call you for a reservation because you don't have any reservations. You're packed, you're sold out. So it's actually deterring people from your site now, right? It's deterring people from your business. And this is a bad thing. This is a really bad thing. And I know restaurants right now, I can do the search and it happens time and time again. These are people that canceled OpenTable a year ago. They canceled it when the pandemic happened. And, March of 2020, they can't cancel whenever. And they never rejoined. They never turned the service back on. But you have to actually do, this is why I said you have to Google yourself. You've got to check all your listings, and because things get so confusing. People always call me and say, Marcus, or they call him some weird stuff. Oh, I want to order this dish. And we're like, well, that's not on our menu. Well, I got that off your website. And I'm like, please tell me the domain name that you got that. And they list off a domain name that's not even ours. I don't even know how our listing got on there. And so you need to search yourself and find out where people are linking to you. And there's programs for this where you can find out where your website's being linked from and see what they're doing, saying about you on those websites, because those could be misleading customers as well. But you've got to be on top of this. And there's programs that are out there for this to actually do linking like this. So it's not that hard to find. Just do a Google search, check my incoming links, and check all that out and find out. But this OpenTable scam, and again, nothing against OpenTable, but it's a loophole. It's something that's forgotten about. It's something that's not taken care of properly, and it's costing you business long after your OpenTable contract, OpenTable service has stopped. So go to a Google search engine right now, Google your business, look over there. If it has a reserve button, reserve now, click that and see what happens. If that reserve button's not on there, it means they've taken care of it and they've taken it off. So, folks, this right there, if you do this and you switch this and this was affecting you, you're going to save a lot of money. You're going to make a lot more money. You're going to make a lot more money because you're going to get a lot more reservations from that. Okay. That right there is gold right there. And I'm going to leave that very short today on this episode number 24, the OpenTable scam. And again, nothing against OpenTable. I've liked them. I've used them in the past, but the reason I know this is they did it to me. This happened to me, and that's how I know that. And like I said, I go on and Google myself. I do search engines. I go on Bing and search myself. I go on DuckDuckGo and search myself. I go on all these other search engines and search for my restaurant, for my name, for this and that, and find out what's popping up, what's not popping up, things like that. So I encourage you to just do searches on your restaurant, on all the browsers, not on all the search engines, not just Google. Because Google, Google is the king there, but people are using other things like DuckDuckGo, and they are using things like Bing, and they are doing that. So it's happening. All right, folks, go to 50mistakes.com if you want more business tips like this for free. If you want to subscribe to my email list, go for it. Have some fun. You'll get some emails, and you'll get our marketing calendar. You get our food cost formula. So there's a lot of really cool things that'll help you make more money, save money, and turn your business, help you create more profit in your restaurant. Even if you're already making money, some of these tips will help you make more money. All right, folks, that's it. Have a fantastic day, and go make some money.